Have you ever gotten that unsettling feeling from a completely ordinary sight? Like a smile that lingers a beat too long, or a child's laughter echoing in an empty playground? Well, for me, it was the ball. It all started innocently enough. I moved into this quiet suburban house a couple of months ago. It was perfect, a fresh start after a messy divorce. Peaceful, with friendly neighbors and barely any traffic. Except for one thing. Every night, around the same time, my doorbell camera would pick up a strange sight. A young boy, maybe 8 or 9, playing alone in the empty street. He bounced a red ball, the rhythmic thump echoing in the otherwise silent night. The odd thing was, there was never any sound of the child himself. No laughter, no shouts, just the rhythmic thump, thump, thump. The first few nights, I brushed it off. Kids play at weird times, right? But after a week, it started to get to me. The silence, the loneliness of the figure, the unnatural stillness of the scene. I checked online to see if anyone else had reported anything similar, but there was nothing. I decided to talk to my elderly neighbor, Mrs. Henderson. She was a sweet lady, a fountainhead of local history. I mentioned the boy, hoping maybe he was a ghost of a child who used to play there. Mrs. Henderson's face went pale. "The ball games," she whispered, her voice trembling. "They started years ago before I moved here. A young couple lived in your house then, happy newlyweds. They had a son, Billy, around that age." My heart hammered in my chest. What happened? She took a deep breath. "One night, just like you described, Billy was playing with his ball. There was a car speeding down the street, lost control. The screams." Her voice choked with emotion. A cold dread filled me. "The ball games, is that what you call it?" She nodded, tears welling up. "They say Billy's spirit is trapped, reliving that night forever." The knowledge chilled me to the bone. Every night, the spectral echo of a child's tragic end played out on my screen. The rhythmic thump became a constant reminder of his pain. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. The silence was deafening, the tension unbearable. I grabbed a jacket and stormed outside, a desperate need to confront the spectral child, to somehow offer solace. The street was empty. The ball lay abandoned in the middle of the road, a single crimson stain blossoming on its surface. My breath caught in my throat. Then, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night. It wasn't the child's scream. It came from behind me. I spun around, heart pounding in my ears, but the street was still empty. The scream started again, closer this time, filled with raw terror and a bone-deep hunger. The security camera flickered once, then died. The screen went black. The only sound was the low, rhythmic thump, thump, thump coming from somewhere inside the house.